Hello, welcome back to my workshop. Bit of a story on this piece of wood today. Let's have a look at it. This is a piece of beech. I was given it by Paul in my local club. The plan was that I would core it and video the coring, which Paul wanted to see. However, I got it home. This was actually November last year, by the way. This was a hairline crack across here. This crack came across here, and they're about half an inch apart. So I took the bark off. Those cracks go 3/4 of the way at least through the wood. So it wasn't a suitable candidate for coring. So it's been sat around here, and I've been looking at it and thinking about it. The day before yesterday, actually, I put it on the lathe, and I trued it up. I took about 1.5 inches off of diameter, trying to get through the cracks and see what good wood I had. Then I wrapped it all up in cling film, and I poured resin into it. I've gone this far, so let's do something with it. Sorry, I don't like hemispherical bowls this deep. They don't feel right to me. If I'm going to core this, obviously I'm going to need to go hemispherical because that's what the coring system does, but that's easier to get around. All I'm going to do is go for a smaller core and leave enough wood on this one to curve it back in on itself, which sort of disguises the depth and, to my mind, makes it balance better. Now these cracks, this one here, I've got resin coming out of the bottom of here. I poured the resin in the top of what ostensibly is this crack. So there's another crack joining those two together somewhere. What I'm saying is this whole thing might explode. So I'm going to be taking fairly light cuts. I'm going to be fairly careful. Speed is going to be about 600 RPM. Usual start. Just take the corner off so I can get the tool rest into place. This is a big old bowl, so I want a substantial foot on this. So I'm going to go to about 8 inches-ish. So about 2/3 of it is going to be a foot. That's roughly the shape I'm going for, roughly. Got a bit of a point here which needs to go, but not curving all the way in here and just coming in just enough to just enough to give me the aesthetic I'm looking for. But I am getting chatter over these cracks, which a bit of a challenge. So I'm going to go for a shear cut here, just to smooth this corner out. That's better. But rather naughty, I didn't sharpen my gouge after I finished yesterday, so I can do that right now. That's kind of the shape I want for the outside. That's my outside bowl. See, got to do something about these. You can feel the edges of each of these cracks there. Well, I haven't sanded it yet, but I don't think it would sound smooth even. So I have to do something with them, but we'll deal with that in a bit. What I want to know is, can you safely core this piece? So let's rig that up. Okay, so this is the Woodcut, the 3-bladed version. You see this hole here? Apparently they don't all have that, mine did. And it's for standing a post in. When you got them, they come with paper templates that you can point at the centre of the bowl, figure out how deep it's going to be. That's one way of doing it. I made this. Don't copy this. This is done as a joke. This is 3 cat toy lasers. So I bought 3 cat toys for £1 a piece from the pound shop and ripped the lasers out of them. You can buy pen lasers on eBay, it's dirt cheap. Drop that in that post. And you can't see that. When I turn the laser on, it's slap bang in the middle of the blade. So this cutter here, it's slap bang in the middle of there. So when I rotate it, that tells me where the blade's going to go. So I can follow the path through the blade, and it's going to be pretty much what I want. You can just about see it down here. That little red dot, that's the end of my laser. So that tells me how it's going to work. Cut a bit of scrap, some pet shop toy lasers. There's actually an 8mm drill bit here. I used it to size that to figure out what size bar I needed to get, and I thought I'd just use the drill bit. So that's what I did. Right, so speed down for this. You've got a wide cutter here. Also, this wood is drier than ideal. Given I allowed it time to dry those cracks into place before I put resin in. I think it's got resin in it. I've never cored resin before. Probably a daft idea. Now I'm coming in about 3/4 inch from the edge here. Obviously when I do the undercut, then there'll be more waste wood than it needed to be. The resulting bowl will be smaller than it needed to be. But it's more aesthetically pleasing to me, so that's what matters. What's my speed? 450 RPM. Anchored here. Everything tight. Make sure everything's tight. And introduce the cutter. Let's just try another 50 RPM. Stop there and just change the camera view, just so that I've got 2 different angles for you. As you can see, I've cut right the way through that bit of resin. I've not seen the inside of this before, so I don't know what that resin is doing in there. we'll find out in due course. This is a short handle on here. There is no stress on me. Obviously, all the stress is going into the lathe to drive it, cutter to and the rig to support the cutter. What I'm saying is, you don't want to do this with a half horsepower. You need a powerful lathe. Powerful lathe, big tenon. But the mechanical side for this person is ever so easy. You also start to feel it as it gets towards going around the back. Just give it a test, see if it'll break off yet. Not quite yet. A little bit more cutting. There we go. Now, a lot of metal here. I actually got all the way through there. Didn't intend to, but it doesn't go anywhere. Look, you can't come out. It's all pretty safe. Doesn't look it, but it is. We'll disassemble this. There's my core. That's where it broke off in the middle. See the resin coming through there. There's a little bit there, but not much. And I have obviously got to shape the undercut on this bit, and then come around to the base, and we have a bowl. Bowl number one. So, can you glue a cracked bowl back together with resin and core it? Yes. Got to do something about this. These are actual open cracks, so I need to fill them and do something with them. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, I'm thinking about it. So once I've done that, showing this bowl being finished, and the other bowl will be finished on the same video, just because, why not? Left the video when I was finished coring, because there's lots of splits that needed fixing, and I didn't want to video that bit. Strange things happened whilst I was filling the splits. As of our bowl now looks like this. It won't show up on a video, I'm sure, but infested with dragons again. Hey ho. Wonder if it does when I zoom in a bit. Yeah, there it is. It's a problem. This is the cored outer bowl. So the depth of it is pretty much where I want it. Because I've gone for this shape, the wall thickness is nowhere near. So I'm mostly coring away the wall. Now, in the real world, I would turn the headstock towards me and make my life a lot easier. In this world, cameras are fixed. And if I turn the headstock towards me, you won't see anything. So there'll be a lot of stretching and leaning, but that's fine. It's not a problem. This isn't working for me. Pretty sure I'm not there yet, but I just want to check where I am. The shave is coming off rather warm, so I'm going to just sharpen again already. Change the tool rest. Don't like the curve one on here. I'll have a change of camera as well. It's getting close. Annoyingly, some of those splits are quite wide and unfilled down the bottom here. So it hasn't penetrated to that point, which is, well, it could still explode. Back to the 60. Getting there. Getting close to finished cuts now, so I'm going to take the bottom out, and then we'll try and get a cut around. On camera. So the inside is out. Curve is pretty satisfactory. There is a bit of a ripple down the bottom. I'm struggling to get down there with any tools. Just about there. And I've got splits, which I knew were going to be there. Yeah. feature of this wood is it splits. So I'm going to put some CA on the inside ones, and then I'm going to sand it and see what I've got left. You see some of the resins come through the split all the way through to here. But other places it's either a different split or it hasn't got any resin coming through. But yeah, just going to put some CA, maybe a little bit of dust, and we'll take it from there. I'm not going to clean it out like I did the outside ones. I'm just going to try and repair it invisibly. But I'm going to pause it for the sanding because you don't need to see that. Okay, so the outer core is done. Time to turn our attention to the inner core. Obviously this is cut with a bowl saver. It's a hemisphere. I'm just going to go with my small dovetail jaws. Which are about there. No, I don't like that. That's better. Crack, crack. Yeah, she goes through. Didn't like the shape, so I changed it. Much more interesting. Okay, whilst you're having a little nap there, alright, I paused it and forgot to unpause it. I've put a bit of oil on the outside, finished it off, and reversed it. So we're ready to take the middle bit out. So I've got some weights to get rid of, so let's just do that first. Sure, that's too close. Shaving to get bogged down on it. Right, so now that is effectively cored, we can start doing some finesse. Plenty of depth there, yep, but I just want to make sure where I am. So I'm going to bring my depth gauge in. And yeah, I've got loads there yet. As I thought, well, as I knew. enjoying cutting this beech. It's cutting really nicely. So now I need to come in underneath there and back around. So I'm going to go for my 60 degree. I know I'm obscuring the camera, but I can't see either, so we're all good. Getting out. So there it is, sanded and oiled. You see a little bit of resin here and a bit here. Well, purple. It doesn't blend, but it doesn't overly. It's not overly obtrusive. I've managed to put most of the resin onto the floor, which was the plan. And the bowl held together, and it got cored, and I got 2 bowls out of 1. What is the result? I'm just going to take the back off and put my maker's mark on it, because I quite like this one. I will sell it. And job's a good one. Thank you ever so much for watching. I will take some pictures of the two bowls afterwards and add them to the end of the video. Please remember to click the thumbs up. Thumbs up help me get more views, so it's really helpful if you do. And if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe, because you're always welcome. Thanks for watching. Cheers for now.